Welcome to Flow of Miracles Next Step reading. This is the reading for August 2021, and as always, I'll be using the Thoth Tarot to check the month's energy together with Flow of Miracles 100% Positivity Oracle and tell you what you can do to create your next best step. As well as month energy, I will give you 3 choices, left, right, and middle, to see what's best for you to do this month. So let's get started and see what's right for us this month. If you want to go and have your own reading, you can order it through the website, personally from me, or you can draw your own positivity card for free on the website, flowofmiracles.com. So the month's energy is going to be Four of Discs, Power. So the disc energy is always the material plane energy. That means the body, money, career, etc. So the 4 is a stable number, and as you can see on the card, it looks like it's a fortress. So that means that there's very strong, stable energy available for us this month, and that means that it's really good to do foundational work. Foundational work is anything that is really good for you from the ground up. So that means any body work for releasing tension and stress. That means any starting off plans to really understand where you're going and why, past life traumas. It's all very good to take a look at that this month and to see what your foundation is like. Is it strong because you have a healthy body, a good support network, your life is in balance and you know how to prioritize? Or is it shaky because a lot of things have been going on for you and you lost sight of what really matters to you and what's valuable? Really get back to the basics this month to really see what you need. Take some time to recharge your body, always very good in the summer months because there's summer energy. Summer energy is energy that easily helps us recharge because we have the sun, we have more relaxation, we have more an atmosphere of enjoyment, which is really good for recharging. If you have trouble accessing this energy, till the end of August, I'm still offering the summer boost through the website, in which I will help you reconnect to this energy and to really recharge yourself. You can see it at flowofmiracles.com and book it through the events. So this energy is stable when it's used well, but it can also become inflexible. So be really mindful how you feel if your normal rituals get disturbed, if your morning or evening ritual gets different. If you feel really out of sorts, you might need to work more on becoming more flexible. Life can be a bit of a chaos, that's part of it, and unexpected opportunities should also bloom in your life. So make sure that you're not walling off life in your own fortress and keeping only what you think is right, but also opening towards the unexpected and the energy that's available. One of the things you can see in the fortress is the river around it, the moat. So it's very important to stay in touch with your emotional life to have a strong foundation. A lot of times people try to reduce their emotions because they don't want to be angry, they don't want to be negative, they don't want to be frustrated, they don't want to be sad or disappointed or mourning. But it will chip away at your foundations. It will chip away at your opportunity to stay in the now and to live a blessed life. So be sure to stay in touch with your emotional life. We keep forgetting that our emotions really show us where we need to make changes, and our emotions really mean that we are going to act upon them. If you're angry, you're going to act angry. Even when you're burying it, you're still going to act angry, and often then at the wrong person. If you own your anger, then you have the opportunity to change that, get the message, get the lesson, and move from a space of love and truth. So be very mindful this month when you're building, if you're building the right thing, and if it actually works for you, and if you are doing what you value. So the helpful energy to stay flexible and to deal with all that power is relaxed. So for a lot of times, it's really hard for people to relax because we keep forgetting that relaxed is the natural, normal way of life. When you wake up, your whole body is relaxed. And then we start with attention. We start feeling unrelaxed and stressed and full of tension because we think about all the things we need to do, or we don't feel so well waking up, or whatever is going on in your life. A lot of times people tell me that they can only relax when they go on holiday, or they can only relax when things are calm. Life is just not that way. It's very important to stay relaxed as much and often as possible, because the more relaxed we are, the more we're able to enjoy our lives, the more energetic we feel, and the more we attract a good life for ourselves. So learn to stay relaxed in all possible moments in your life. When you're angry, when you're upset, when you're stressed, just really reach back to the energy of a relaxed feeling. It's often not even that far away. And recognize that we all have this superpower to step back into a relaxed frame of mind. That's because we step out of it so often. We step out of it when we feel powerless. We step out of it when we feel there's too much to do. We step out of it when we feel like we're not good enough. But when we feel powerful and strong, and when we feel like we're in charge of our lives, it doesn't matter if you get like an unexpected phone call from a friend. It doesn't matter if something else happens in your life that you're really not that fond of, because you stay in your place of power. So this is really important energy this month. So the do's this month are: find your places of power, work on your foundations, stay in contact with your emotions, and really reconnect with that relaxed feeling as often as possible. Don't do things that you don't care about. Just keep on busy for the busyness. Don't become inflexible, and really feel what's right for you at each and every moment. So this is wonderful month energy, and I wish you all the best to have a great month. So I will now be drawing cards for the choice that you can make. Just take a little bit of time to actually tune in intuitively and see if you got left, right, or middle path, and or feel energetically on your body if you feel your left side, your right side, or the middle of your body, telling you which next step is the best for you. Just take a deep breath, listen in, and commit. And I'll be starting now first with the left side. The left path has success. Wonderful. And as a energy with it, it has friendship. So this is another discard, so another material plane. The beauty of success is that the best success is when we're all successful. Often in life we feel we're in competition with each other, or with other people, or even with some idea in our head of how we should be. But true success is one that uplifts everybody. So a rising tide lifts all boats. If you keep that in mind, you can see how we can all support each other. So friendship as an energy card really helps us to remind ourselves that when our friends make a promotion, that means that they're in a bit better position to help us. When our friends are doing well, it means that they have more energy to share and to have. So keeping that in mind helps us to really help them achieve the best life, and help us realize that that's the best for us as well. Success in this card is depicted in the 6 circles that are all helping each other. Sometimes the success comes from helping another person, and sometimes you are the person that is being helped. So this month it's really important to reach out in your circles of friends or acquaintances or professional circles and allow them to help you succeed. If you just heard the story about the foundational work, really check in your foundation how you're doing with other people. Are you, in fact, connecting to other people? Are you appreciative of other people's success? Are you willing to ask for help or not? These are really important foundational questions, because success is often much more easier with a strong network. It's much easier when we share the load, and it's something that's really fundamental. But at the same time, society likes having one winner. Society likes having the strong sense of independence and doing it on your own, as if for some reason then you are proving something that is special or worthwhile, but you're not. So this month, really try to make sure that you have mutual successes and that you work together with people. It's an excellent time also for socializing, and it often surprises people how successful socializing can make us feel. It's because we are meant as a social species, and it's really helpful to hear from your peers or other people. So really embrace the success. If you have any anxieties about success, if you feel in your foundation that you cannot be successful because you're afraid, it means people are going to be jealous or they're not going to like you or you're going to be overburdened, really understand that then you are defining success in a way that doesn't sound successful. Success means being able to do everything well. That's what success means, that you actually got the medal or you actually achieved your project, and not that you're overburdened. Jealousy always exists. You can be as unsuccessful as you think you are and still have other people be jealous of you. So being successful doesn't mean that you suddenly have a lot of pain in your life. It does mean that sometimes you see which things aren't right for you anymore, and that's perfectly fine. So I wish you a lot of joy this month to just receive all this success. You might get unexpected offers from other people. Speak up and really let them know who you are and what you stand for, and enjoy that. Don't do everything independently. Don't think that you're not worth it, because it's really important for you to understand your value and work from there. So beautiful energy, and I would say enjoy your month. So welcome people who chose the right path, and I'm going to draw now to see what your next best step should be. And the energy that comes up is Knight of Wands, and the supportive energy is teaching. So on the right path you have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is either people in your life or part of your personality that can really help you move forward to your next step. So the first thing is the Knights always denote movement. So these are the go-getters, the people that work with change. And since the month energy is a stable energy, as the Four of Discs, you could find some frustration and friction here, while at one hand, you do the sensible thing, and at the other hand, you just want to be at the Knight and jump into things. It's really important to find a balance in that, because a Knight going off to war when that war is unnecessary is just spending a lot of energy on something that's right for you. So it's good to keep a little bit of a cool head and to understand what you're fighting for and why. Wands are all about passion and spirituality and action. So it's really important to take some foundational steps in your spiritual journey. It could be that you're going to do some new workshops. It could be that you're joining up somewhere, but there's really a big push for you to make a move and to make a change. So you can feel this energy and really notice that this is what you want to do and what feels right for you. So definitely go for that. You might also meet a lot of spiritual people or go-getters and ambitious people this month that you can help or they can help you. So don't be surprised if you're being asked to join any kind of project or organization, but really check with yourself in your foundation if that is something that you want to do. Don't get swept away because Knight of Wands are very passionate and very charming, and they have this way of bringing motivation and enthusiasm and igniting your passion, which is wonderful. But you don't want to be left with the feeling that you said yes to something you didn't want to do. Knight of Wands have trouble hearing your no, so you might be a little stricter and say no, not at this time, that won't work for me. And they will still try to kind of convince you into it, but it's really important to stay true to what you want. It's a teaching moment for yourself to really make sure that your energy stays with you, with what you value, with what your soul journey is, and not go out somewhere else. So this foundational energy of August with the Four of Coins is just really so important for you to understand that this is you. When you are the one feeling all passionate and fired up, also you need to respect other people's no's. And you must understand that when people say no, it's usually not a personal thing, but you also need to figure out if they're teaching you something that will help you. If a lot of people are saying no to your project, maybe it's not that well thought out as you thought. Maybe you need to take a step back, check your foundations, and see if you're really doing what's working or not. Knight of Wands tend to learn and teach by doing. So if you've been sitting a little bit and just thinking and planning, that is not going to work. For your next step, you really need to start doing things, speaking up, moving forward, letting that passion flow. Does that mean that sometimes you're going to fall down? Yes. But that is also a teaching moment. So take your time to really recognize what's going on for you this month, find your passion, move forward, and connect to other people who feel passionate and wonderful, and take the lessons of these projects to move forward. Don't stay seated, don't stay the wallflower, really meet up, show yourself. So wonderful energy, and I hope you enjoy your month and you have fun being very passionate and full of fire. So, welcome people who chose the middle path. I am now shuffling the cards to see what's the best next step for people who chose the middle path and who felt most in tune with what the middle would be. And the middle path is Ace of Wands. Wonderful, fiery, spiritual action energy. Ace of Wands is the spark that lights the fire. That one idea that just makes you feel passionate and happy and wonderful. And as a companion energy, it is going to be creating. So it's a double energy that wants to create, wants to be born, and wants to do. So if you have been feeling a little low, a little unmotivated, this is really going to fire you up and really make you feel that, bam, this energy is available to you to actually do things, move forward, have good ideas, and to really energize everybody around you. Ace of Wands and creating together are really strong creative energies. So it's important to really do things this month. It could be writing a project proposal. It could be finally doing that workshop or course. It could be doing something physical like starting to run. Ace of Wands is also Kundalini energy, so if you've been wanting to try that or feel that fiery snake in your body, now would be a good time to move with that. The downsides to this kind of strong energy is that it can really move into something that you do not want, which means angry or frustration when you get setbacks, annoyance when people don't feel the same passion or energy. So, really be mindful about what's going on around you. Understand that most people will most strongly feel the energy of Four of Discs, the foundational power energy, and they are might be looking more inside while you want to do things outside. So if you don't want to go and burn all your friends out, understand that you are the one who feels this, and they might be in a different energy altogether. So it's very important to know that, because Ace of Wands can be so overwhelmingly passionate, so overwhelmingly energetic that we forget that other people might not feel that way. So it's a really good start for any kind of projects that have been hanging around, because Ace of Wands also illuminates, that things need to get done, that they need to get finished. So if there's anything that you've still been doing or waiting for years or months or days, now is the time to grab that one and start going and light up the space and do it. It really helps because it creates a lot of forward movement. Unfinished business is one way to really, really get stuck. And sometimes we really just need that spark to get us going. So this is really there for you. So don't only focus on new projects. It is enticing to have hundreds of new projects and ideas and to not move forward with any of them. You do need to make a choice. You do need to pick what you're going to do, and else you will never get into the creative phase. You will never create it in the material world. I think we all know people who have hundreds of wonderful ideas that they always tell us about, and then we ask 2 or 3 months later how things are going, and they didn't move forward at all. They just had more great ideas. So that really keeps us in a stuck state. So really commit to this energy, really commit to the spark so it can grow to fire. And not every spark is going to be fire, and that's okay, but you need to pick what you're going to do, and you really then need to commit to it. And when you do, you will realize that your foundation of the August energy is really going to help you see what's important to you. So when you have many sparks, many ideas, you have to feel and sense what's right for you, what you're most passionate about. You have to go and give a few things a try. It's like shattering seeds. Not everything is actually going to go and turn into a plant. Some things will sprout and some things don't. And it just needs your tender love and care. So foundational work with the Ace of Wands is really all about understanding the joy of feeling energetic and having good ideas and being in alignment with your soul self, but at the same time understanding that this is just a start and it needs follow through. If you have difficulties with the follow through, which we all sometimes have, just take some time to ground yourself. Yoga, grounding exercises, physical things like walking or running or jogging really help to ground your energy and to not be all up in possibilities, but actually work on the creating. So take some time to enjoy the energy, but also make sure that you focus it enough that something gets done. Another good way for focusing is actually planning, journaling, and really keeping yourself accountable. Since the foundational energy of August is also friendship, it's also a good time to have a buddy. So if you want to have this brainstorm session and use your Angel of Wands energy of everything that's going on, having a buddy there who actually asked you to follow through on some of the ideas you had is super helpful to move forward this month. So the do's are: do brainstorm, do harness this energy, do work in the material plane do start creating something and showing something to the world, don't get too frustrated when other people don't have the same amount of energy. Don't do hundreds of new things or think of doing hundreds of new things. Do understand you need to finish some unfinished business and work through that. So taking the time to do that, you will have a very successful ones with a lot of energy and a lot of joy, and a lot of people are going to ask you to do stuff for them. Because when we see somebody who's very passionate and very energetic, this is a person we're going to ask for help. And that's okay, but make sure that you limit it also so you can also move forward in your own goals and your own life. That is super important to do as well. So when we're creating joy in other people's lives, that's wonderful, but we also need to create joy in our lives. So it's really important that you do that, because when you're shining light, a lot of people are going to show up, and that's wonderful, but you still need to prioritize and make sure that you're creating the life you want instead of creating things in other people's lives. So a wonderful and energetic month for you. Enjoy, and I hope to see everybody next month. If you're interested more in the readings I do, or if you want to draw your own card, check out flowofmiracles.com.